This is our first direct-to-carrier mobile e-ticket. We're very excited to share it with you. I'll introduce myself here. I'm Carolyn. I'm over customer experience here at IXN. You've probably talked to me before if you've emailed into support or called our support line. Let's get right into the Protective Ticket. It's our first direct-to-carrier e-ticket, and it's really a revolutionary way to submit business to a carrier. It's a mobile native, as in it's built for a mobile device. And so it's a great user experience as more and more business is moving to mobile. It's ready for you there. It really does go direct to Protective, but with this, we cut down all those extra processes and this goes right into Protective's underwriting system. So that makes it a really fast, really simple process. I'm going to share my screen with you to show you how easy it is. It also is web friendly, so it's also on the Agency Life Quoter as well as the mobile app. I do want to stress this is an agent-facing tool, so it is not designed for the consumers to submit. So this is something that needs to be submitted to Protective by an agent. We have gotten some really good feedback so far, really positive feedback about just how fast and how easy it is to submit a ticket and how quickly you can either get a call from Protective or you can call Protective afterwards to get all the necessary things wrapped up with them, even while you're still with the client. So that's been some of our good feedback there. Let's go ahead then and jump right into this screen share. Put this one away because we'll start with the mobile app and then I'll show you the Agency Life Quoter afterwards. So this is our mobile app. This is just our demo one for showing our products here. I'm going to go ahead and log in. There we go. Okay, so the first screen you'll see here is the Life Quotes tool, which is where we'll be for most of the time here. If you look in the app though, there's a bunch of other features. I'll start here at the Needs Analysis tool. This lets you put in some of your client's needs before you go into the Life Quotes tool. How much debt they have, we'll say 25K, 4,500 monthly income, 30 more years of income, we'll say they've got 300,000 for their mortgage. They want to set up 100,000 for the education, 6,000 for final expense. That's fine with me. And so it shows that the insurance need for the client is about 2 million. You can put in also if they have existing insurance, they have say maybe a $350,000 policy already, any retirement savings that they have, and then right at the end you can run a life quote and it takes you right into the quote criteria of the Life Quotes tool. You can see it pre-filled our face amount here. Maybe I want to edit that so that it's just a clean 1,500,000. You can enter the date of birth. That's fine. 1985. Male or female, tobacco, non-tobacco. You can enter the state. I'll go ahead and change it to Utah where I'm at. Here is the carriers. We'll just remove a few here. You can also choose multiple health categories to run. So if you wanted to run 2 at once, that's fine. We've got health categories all the way to table N. I'll just run a standard for now. You can also choose multiple product types to quote at the same time. So like a 10 and a 20, and we've got term and GUL. You can run some riders, accidental death benefit, waiver of premium, child riders, and the flat extra. So I'll go ahead and run a quote here. Continue to quotes, and here we have our quote results. It says right now we have 58 quotes. You can also filter down and show, say you just want to see the 20-year term. You can also select so that you're only viewing ones with an online application. Let's go ahead and see what it gave us there. And so you see this lightning bolt in the corner is showing the ones that have an online application. You see how some of the others do. Those are through a third party, but this Protective one I'll show you right now is the one that's directly to Protective. So I'll go ahead and click e-ticket. And here we have the Protective ticket. It's really clean, easy to understand experience, and you'll see that it's the exact same user experience on both the Agency Life Quoter and the mobile app. It's just 5 pages here of easy questions. So I'll just go through each of the pages here. At the bottom here, you can see you can click open to view the quote that you ran at any time on any of the pages. So I'll go ahead and fill this out. Say payment mode monthly, put their name. I'll just put my name here. Social. I'll just put a fake one in here. And I do want to let you know that our end doesn't store the social, but it does get sent to Protective still. Putting in a pretend address. We'll say the city is Provo. And you'll see here it pre-filled the state from our quote that we ran, and that's not changeable, else it would change the quote. And so it pre-filled that into the form. I'll put a zip code, phone number, email, and just put support@ixn.tech. That's all on the first page. On the next page is the owner information. If you hit yes, that's all that's on that page. If you hit no, it'll bring up another question where you ask the owner type. So you can add it via person, and then it'll ask you the person questions again. Or a company, really easy, just the company name. Or a trust and ask for the information about the trust. We'll go ahead and put yes here. The next page is the in-force policies. You can add an in-force policy if they already have insurance policy in place. You can make it a replacement if you want to. And you can add multiple, as many as you need here. And if you add too many, you can just click that exit out icon there in the corner and get rid of them. So that's the in-force policies. And then we have the agent information here. In the mobile app, it'll pre-fill with what they have in their login. So that makes it really easy since they entered this information when they signed up. The address, city, state, and these can also be edited in the dashboard if they need to change something. Down here we have this is something that we get a lot of questions about. This, are you contracted with Protective Life? They do need to have a contract number, but you have a few options. You can say, yes, I know my contract number. And this can be, after they enter it the first time, stored in our system. It can also be entered into the dashboard ahead of time if you like. But say it's a new agent or they don't have a contract number in our system, or some other reason they may not know their contract number, you can click here. You say, yes, I have a contract number and I don't know it. And you see it took away that contract number field. Or they say, no, I had not contracted with Protective. And they can still go through the application. It'll still be sent to Protective, but it'll be kind of in a holding pattern until they can get that contract number in there. And I do also want to mention that this is true for every state except for Pennsylvania, because that's a pre-approval state, and so there's a hard stop if they don't have their contracting number for that state. But any other state, if they don't know, or if their contract number, or if they don't have one, they can still continue on with the rest of the application. Put another social in here. The relationship to the proposed insured, you have a bunch of options. I'll go ahead and put no relation. If you are splitting the commission and hit yes here, you can put in a commission split, and you'll see, if you noticed here, when I toggle between yes or no, we went from submit to next, because when you add a commission split, it'll add one more page to the application to enter the second agent's information. Just a few more yes or no questions. And then we have the agent attestation here that they need to agree to. And then hit submit. And it's done. And it's on its way to Protective. In the feedback that we've gotten, we're hearing that it's about 10 to 15 seconds before it's in Protective's backend system. So really, you could dial into Protective by the time I finish telling you about this, and they'd be able to continue the process with you there. And we've also gotten some feedback that the client can get a call from Protective sometimes within minutes of the application being submitted. So it's a really good way to really get the ball rolling on that policy. I also want to note that this is eligible for accelerated underwriting. Protective stresses that you not lead with accelerated underwriting in your sale, since it might not get accelerated. It's not guaranteed, but about like 20% get accelerated. And just review your Protective materials to see what fits there. So now that I've done that, I'll show you the e-tickets tool here in the app. This stores the basic information from the e-tickets tool that were submitted here at the top. You can see the one I just did, and so you can kind of keep track of the ones you've already submitted. It doesn't update or have like too much information in there, since we do know that people lose their phones sometimes and we didn't want to put all the information there, but it's something to help you keep track of what you've already submitted here. So you've submitted to Protective in the time that you did it. So let me go ahead and pull up the Protective ticket here on my phone again, because I'm about to show you what it looks like in the Agency Life Quoter, and I just want to be able to show you, compare side by side of what the two look like. So the Agency Life Quoter is our web platform that you can just kind of out of the box embed on your website. So same thing, you can pick a state, male, female, tobacco, non-tobacco. You can put in date of birth or age, but I'm just going to leave it here at date of birth. You have here the underwriting guides that you can view to view more information about the carriers, and that changes depending on the state that you selected. But go ahead here and run a basic quote. I'll just do, let's say, preferred plus. You can also select table rates, and you can compare the table rates to the standard underwriting. You can also do that on the mobile apps, quote both at the same time. Same here, you can select which carriers you want to see quotes for. Face amount, we'll say it's 500,000. I'll just go ahead and do 20-year term here and view the quotes. So here we are at our quote results. You can see the information that you entered here at the top. In the Agency Life Quoter, you can select the quotes that you're interested in and download, text, or email the quote. You can also text and email quotes in the mobile app. Got some sorting filters. And then you'll see when we do click for more details here, it gives us more options. It kind of shows us the breakdown. You can download, text, or email these forms. If you've got a forms engine with us, you can also download the paper forms if you want to. So here I have the Protective ticket for web. Let me open back up my mobile app here, and you'll see it's the exact same forms, exact same process. So it's really easy to move back and forth between these platforms and not get confused about what needs to be done. And so I'll just go ahead and fill this one out again really quickly. And you can see, since I was able to enter the client information before I ran the quote, it pre-filled that. So I'll just fill out the rest of the information that it asks for here. Going a little quicker because I can just type it in instead of using the phone keyboard. Again, I can still view the quote anytime during the process. Hit next. We got our owner information again. Enforce policies. I'm not going to fill one out for here just to keep things moving along. And then the agent information once again. I'll go ahead and put in a contract number this time so you can see the difference there. Same yes or no questions, agent attestation, agree. Go ahead and submit. And just like that, we're done with this one too. Both of these are done, and I've gotten a couple of email notifications about it. So wrapping up here, I just want to cover a few more things. If you're wondering what happens to the ticket once it's submitted to Protective, it's pretty much the normal process for Protective, the same as if you were submitting it to the Protective website. They'll call and process if they need a medical exam. They'll schedule that or go right through to Accelerated. So what we're doing here is collecting the front end data they need for these applications in a quicker, more efficient manner. And I also want to mention that this Protective e-ticket is a completely free add-on for your Agency Life Quoter and mobile app. You just need to be contracted with Protective, but if you are, there's no additional cost to add it to your platform, no per ticket cost or anything like that. It's 100% free for you to use. That's all I had for you. We're really excited about this feature and what it's doing for our platform, making us right now the fastest way to submit to Protective currently. Feel free to reach out to us, or if you have any questions at all, we're happy to help. Thanks for joining us today. We'll see you another time.